All right, so we have... this kind of wonky... Tron deck. So what in the heck is this deck doing? For starters, what's our win condition? I think it's just this Walking Ballista, right? Is there another win condition in the sideboard? I guess Mycosynth Lattice, a soft win condition. So the idea is we have these cards, Everflowing Chalice and Astral Cornucopia, that in addition to our Tron lands giving us extra mana, these cards add a bunch of mana equal number of charge counters on them. And then we have cards like Coretapper here that let us add charge counters to these things. We then also have Mystic Forge here to allow us to kind of play through a bunch of our deck. And then we're on 4 copies of Karn the Great Creator for various toolboxy things out of the sideboard. This archetype's actually posted a couple of 5-0s. But again, one of the things that's important to keep in mind with the 5-0 list is the incomplete data makes it hard to judge. Like a broken clock's right twice per day. So like when a deck like this posts 2 5-0s, we don't know like, did they have a bunch of 0-5s and 1-4s and 2-3s that like balance that 5-0 out to like a pretty reasonable or even bad win percentage? So the 5-0 deck list, while they're neat to look at, you can't really draw any meaningful conclusions from them because of how incomplete the data is. Yeah, I'd bet that's the case, Jin, that Brawl ends up being a little bit more of a grindy format. Yeah, I'm not really sure, like, what this deck's doing from Ultimate Power level. Like, Chalice of the Void is a card where, like, I feel like that card's gotten worse in a post-Faithless Looting world. And it wasn't even that good to begin with. That being said, like, Ensnaring Bridge is a pretty messed up Magic card. So, like, having access to that doesn't seem terrible. Hey, thanks for the 5 months, Fearburger. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Excellent Hearthstone hand here. Mediocre Magic hand, though. Gonna have to play catch and release looking for some lands. This hand looks fine. I'm gonna bottom a Bauble, I think. I have no idea why there's an island in the mana base. I copy and pasted the deck list from a 5-0 and didn't think about it. Search for tomorrow. Okay, so one of the many matchups we're going to face in this format where, what's the word that I'm searching for? Where we're just not going to be able to have Chalice have any text. Chalice on 4? Maybe. Mine, Power Plant, Tower. Yeah, Karn can get Witchbane Orb. So, like, now the question is, Karn can also get Liquimetal Coating. But that doesn't do anything if Karn dies. But I feel like it's still the play. Because, like, I have 4 more Karns in my deck. It could also be right to just plus him here and then hope to Mycosynth Lattice the following turn. So that way he doesn't die to this lightning bolt. I can see that being the line here too. Yeah, but I think I want the Everflowing Chalice to be bigger than 1. That's why I didn't play it. Do you think there's a reason to play it for less than 1? I'd be willing to discuss, but I don't really know. Have one offhand. So Liquimetal Coating plus Karn the Great Creator kills one of their lands every turn, because this makes a land into an artifact, and then Karn makes an artifact a creature equal to its converted mana cost, so that's sweet. So I think I want to just Mystic Forge here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cast this. This is a reason to have played this last turn. So if I play a Tron land out of my hand, I have 4 mana still this turn, so I think I'm going to do that. Okay. Mystic Forge is kind of sweet. How's that? That was a sweet turn. So I'm not dead to Scapeshift here. I am, however, dead to Ramp Spell plus Scapeshift. Because Scapeshift on 7 lands only does 18 damage, so they need an 8 land Scapeshift, which it looks like they have. Welcome to Modern. Enjoy your stay. Yep. Did my sweet deck thing. Got killed by Scapeshift. Sounds about right. Peak Modern. My deck's really sweet. Scapeshift kill you. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, Chalice is real bad here. If I Chalice for 4, how do I actually win the game? So, like, the people that want me to Chalice for 4, Chalice is symmetrical, so then I can't Mystic Forge, and I can't Karn the Great Creator at that point, and my hand, in and of itself, has nothing left. So, like, how do I actually, like, win the game from that position would be my question. I feel like the answer is I can't. I mean, like, it's a good question, I think. Yeah, I could have ticked up Karn to get Witchbane Orb, but the problem with that line is I didn't have Ensnaring Bridge at the time, so, like, if I tick up Karn to get Witchbane Orb without Ensnaring Bridge... The problem with that point is, the problem with that line is, like, I just died to a Primeval Titan then. Alright, I'm gonna go close the door. I'm actually kind of surprised that's been Declan's first appearance. Actually kind of surprised. Alright, this hand does Tron stuff. I didn't have a Coretapper, Donovan. And, like, again, like, everybody keeps focusing on, like, the lines knowing my opponent has Scapeshift. All of the lines everyone's suggesting around them having Scapeshift are utter garbage if my opponent has a Primeval Titan. And their deck has 8 Primeval Titans and 4 copies of Scapeshift. So, yeah, all of the lines that, like, hedge Scapeshift are correct if they have Scapeshift, but it's probabilistically incorrect to play around Scapeshift as opposed to maximizing my ways to beat Primeval Titan. So it's super easy to be results-based and just go, oh, they had Scapeshift, we should have taken these lines that were bad with the information that we had to beat Scapeshift, but it doesn't change the fact that, like, you have to play around the things that they're more likely to have. Can I beat that card? Blast Zone. Blast Zone beats that card. We have 4 Blast Zones. Alright, slow and steady. Slow and steady. We figured it out, chat. We found the line. It's gonna slow us down a good bit, but... Summoner's Pact for Steve, sure. Steve-O Bandito. So we get to blow Blast Zone up here. There are monsters at the door, chat. Why take damage there? Because I was talking to chat and reading and clicking. Because I was clicking because I was reading and clicking instead of taking good game actions. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Because like we're already once you're at 18, your health total's kind of irrelevant in this matchup. But you are correct. It is technically correct to not take the damage there. So far this league is going about exactly as expected. I feel like our deck's doing a whole lot of nothing. We need like this deck feels like it doesn't really do anything if we don't have Mystic Forge or Karn the Great Creator, and we don't have ways to help us find those cards. So like I'm not really sure like what we're doing exactly. Alright, your move, Yugi boy. Please don't scapeshift me, Yugi. Don't do it. Don't do it, Yugi. I have a family. I have a family, Yugi. Don't do it. I guess I guess this technically finds us Mystic Forge, right? We have map for Inventors Fair. And then this gets Mystic Forge. Surge Node. Do I want to play that this turn? I think I'd rather just hold up Ghost Quarter here, huh? I think I'd rather just hold up Ghost Quarter. I think I want to take them off this Valakut. What on earth did I wake up to? Modern is dark and full of terrors. Let's just charge up my laser here. I will say this. Mystic Forge is a fun Magic card. I will have you know, my house has very large windows and has lots of natural light in it. Thank you very much. So it is full of terrors, but it is not dark. There's lots of bright natural light here. It's not scary, I promise. Oh, I can't play lands with this. Right. That's awkward. Kinda can't play lands with it. That's like land adjacent, right? It's land adjacent. Man, what's the storm count at here? That's an Urza's Mine. Alright, so I think we just cast this and then pass. Because I want to play. Did I exile an Urza's Mine earlier? I did not. Yeah, I want Urza's Mine next turn, I think. So I just have piles of mana. Did we die? I think we died. If their last card is a land, we're dead. Because this will get 2 Valakuts, and then each of these deal 6. They have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Auto pass for me, baby. I assume there's 2 more mountains in their deck and we're dead. Ugh. It's actually kind of funny. The fact that they were cheeky and got Field of the Dead earlier, we probably would have been dead a lot sooner if my opponent just like not been cute and had just gotten 2 Valakuts earlier this game instead of a Valakut and a Field of the Dead. The fact that they decided to be adorable with their new card gave us extra turns. Yeah, that went about as expected. Like, our deck's got like this prison element to it, but like we don't find that prison element super consistently. And like we don't have anything that like meaningfully interacts with what they're doing outside of like Karn the Great Creator getting Witchbane Orb and setting up Ensnaring Bridge. Yeah, the types of things where Field of the Dead is good, the red-green Valakut deck is like already good. It seems like maybe there's situations where like in your like your green black matchup or just like blocks Tarmogoyf for you, I guess. I could see that being the case. Yeah, the older Coretapper lists were combo decks. Like they got to a point where they combo killed people, and this deck just doesn't combo kill people with the mana. I guess. The answer to that question, Fearburger, depends on how fast and consistent the combo deck is. Isn't it Witchbane Orb? I literally mean Witchbane Orb. As always, there's a deck list on your screen via the Stream Decker widget. You can also type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list, or there's a link below the stream to find a link to all my decks. Helping versus Alpine Moon, sure. I feel like all of your matchups where players are playing Alpine Moon are good matchups for that archetype, though. It does go back to the fact that, like, it's only one slot, though, as well. So, like, the fact that it's only one slot makes it, like, less of a big deal. We're playing as another Valakut deck. Alright, yep. Welcome to Modern. Hinalinka, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream this morning. Happy Sunday. Or afternoon or night, wherever you're at. Yeah, the cost of playing the field is low. I agree with that part of it. Like dropping one Field of the Dead in your deck and then like playing some snow-covered lands. Now this is the real cost of playing Field of the Dead. You have to have mismatched basic lands, which is a big deal. So we got a little bit punished for leading on Coretapper before the Everflowing Chalice there, which feels bad, man. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this with Multi-Kicker 1, and then we'll go Mox Opal and Ensnaring Bridge. I just want to, like, game 1, a lot of these decks don't. Now, some of them have Reclamation Sage, but a lot of these decks don't have ways to interact with artifacts game 1. So if we set up Bridge plus Witchbane Orb, we should just have a soft lock. What's the point of this deck being colorless? I don't know. Yeah, like, it's Mystic Forge to a degree, but, like, I kind of agree with the assessment that, like, 4 Ancient Stirrings would probably help consistency when you don't have Forge and help you get to the Forge more than it's going to hurt you when you have Forge out. Dice Factory is a really crappy name for a deck like Ponza or Death in Taxes. It's basically old Magic jargon. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's what people call it. And that's not fair. It's not that it doesn't make sense, it's that it's not descriptive. That's apt. That's apt. That's what I mean. It definitely makes sense if you sit and think about it, but it's not descriptive in terms of, like, what cards you're gonna find in the deck. Like Tin Fins. Yeah, so, like, Tuberov, the name Dead Guy Ale harkens back to a different time in Magic. Like, the deck named Dead Guy Ale is, like, from a time, like, a decade plus ago. A long time ago, in a galaxy far away, we named Magic decks in a crappy way. Striker! Thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Props to anybody that knows which parody that was a parody of. I don't think I want... I'm not surprised that you knew which parody that was a parody of, Marty. We peaked at Dirty Kitty and it's been all downhill from there. You know, we used to sing a lot of Weird Al as campfire songs growing up. We're actually taking Jake is old enough for Cub Scouts now. They start at kindergarten. So we're doing our first Cub Scout activity with his pack this afternoon, which is exciting. Phil Rickner, thanks for the 12 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. God, they always have flippin' search on one, chat. Never not. So it's actually better to play this for 0 so we can start charging it up, right? Because if we charge this turn, we get to Thought-Knot Seer next turn. The BSA had some historically very bad policies and outright bigoted ones supporting in terms of equality, but like many places in the last decade, they've come a long way. I'm sure they could probably still stand to do better in some ways. I'm not super familiar with all of their current policies. There's also a big difference between, you're probably gonna find a lot of difference from pack to pack or troop to troop. Like I'm sure you're gonna find bigots in every organization. You gotta remember, a third of the country voted for Donald Trump. They're everywhere. I think we're dead, right? Our hand is just like slow and didn't do anything. We don't really have particularly fast hands though either, so. Yikes. There's a really good YouTube video that describes how in a really extreme case you can win a majority of the electoral college with like 22% of the popular vote. Hashtag America. I mean, if my opponent has effectively nothing left, we could be fine here. Like, they didn't cast... If they don't have Escape Shift here, they didn't have a Titan last turn, like, if their hand is still slow, we could be okay. My new goblin tokens with Mitch McConnell on them are in the mail. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Alright, so I'm not really expecting this Thought-Knot Seer to get anything, but I kind of just want a 4/4. Because, like, I can get Ensnaring Bridge, but, like, I'm not going to be under 2 cards in my hand for a little bit here, so it doesn't accomplish much yet. Thanks for the 5 months, Upper Cookie. I appreciate that. Welcome. Alright, I mean, at least it's not a Primeval Titan, right? Like, glass half full, it wasn't a Primeval Titan. Alright, so their next mountain is going to start dealing 3. Oh, we're actually just dead on board, right? Yeah, we're actually dead on board because this fetch is going to make another thing. I do not have anything that helps me not die. Ugh. Rough. Alright, game 3 on the play. I would love to play first. Yeah. Okay, so we do this, we do this, we do this, we do this, and then we don't crack the Bauble because we need, or do I crack the Bauble because I can play Everflowing Chalice for 0? Yeah, maybe I do crack the Bauble because I want to give myself the best chance to turn 3 Tron. And, like, if I brick on a second land here, we just, like, Everflowing Chalice for 0 and can still use the Mox Opal. So that's fine. I think it's just by locking people out, Marty. I don't understand why that's good. Like, it feels like the way in which we're winning is, like, really slow and kind of clunky. Looking to draw a tower or mine here so we can then fetch the other one. Alright, so I think with that draw, we actually play this out for X is 1. And then we get Coretapper going here. Hey, MTG Mailing, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. I think we do this. Exile that. So, like, next turn we have Tron. and I have a bunch of mana, and I have a Mystic Forge, and I feel like if I don't win from this, if I don't win this game from this board state, like if I untap with all my artifacts and I don't win here, there's no way this deck could possibly be good. Like, this feels like my entire engine is online, so if I can't churn from this position, I'm not gonna, there's no way we churn on average. Hey, have a wonderful wedding day, the unnamed. My best piece of marital advice is apologize early and often. That's my number one piece of advice. All right, so let's crack this and go get our power plant. No, I didn't. I guess that's kind of okay. I'll grab Inventors Fair. All right, that's a bridge. I kind of wanted to activate Mystic Forge, and I clicked on the wrong artifact there. Ends up being about a wash, I think, though. Like, I feel like we're doing all this stuff, and then, like, what we're actually, like where we end up at. Like, I cast a bunch of spells, and, like, I took a bunch of game actions here, but, like, I didn't really do anything meaningful with all those game actions, right? Like, what did I actually accomplish with all those game actions? Yeah, like, and by the time I, like, made it to this Karn, I can't do anything with it. Like, I can't cast it, and I can't do anything with what I cast it. Yeah, like, if I get a next turn, like, we get to lock them out, I guess. But, like, that's a big if. Alright, our promise is not Scape Shift. We got that going for us. Like, cross our fingers, clench our butt cheeks, and hope for the best. So, like, I get to Witchbane Orb here. But then, like, if they just have a piece of interaction, I'm just dead, right? Isn't Lattice better? Is Lattice better? Lattice loses to any mountain, right? Like, they have Dubs Valakut in play? Well, they can't sack Steve if I have... They can't sack Steve if I have Lattice out. Is something to note. Oh, they can't in response. Yeah, that's true. Oh, they just do it in response to the Lattice. Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, so Lattice is super bad. Yeah, I feel like this is a good example of, like what's gonna happen a lot of the time. So we get to go get this. And then I guess the line from here is we just keep churning through our deck looking for, we're just like hoping to find a copy of Welding Jar at this point. Well, I have an Ensnaring Bridge in play too, Marty. This feels like a lot of these other prison decks that we've played in the past, only instead of having War of Invention, I like have Mystic Forge and Crossed Fingers. I'm just like, please don't kill me. Please be good enough. Please don't kill me. Please be good enough. Or just 4 lands in a row on top of our deck. Well? Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna play some matchup goes. We have played the same matchup twice here, and like to be fair, if they don't have a reclamation stage here, we're actually kind of ahead right now, right? I don't know how we actually win the game from here. I'm not 100% on board with how we actually win, but we're definitely in the range of stop losing. We've successfully not lost so far. Oh, we find Ballista with Karn. Okay, yeah, that's the line. Storm is 3. Storm is 4. Do I crack my Inventors Fair to shuffle my deck? I feel like I don't. I boarded out the Walking Ballista, which might be wrong. Oh, I should Fair for Jar. Yes. Yes, I should. They're going to draw a Shatter this turn, and I'm going to be really sad. We should Fair for Jar. That is 1,000% the play. Opponent has decided they don't want to play Magic with us anymore. That was the line. Definitely should have done it, because I wanted Welding Jar anyways, right? Like, Welding Jar was what we were looking for. Like, this is the droid. I mean, to be fair, I bet a lot of our wins are going to be people conceding and not us reducing a health total to 0. Is there room for an Aetherflux Reservoir in the board? I feel like you're not going to generate that much storm count most times. This is like big brain Tron. It's like for when you kind of want to play Tron, but you also don't want your friends to yell at you. It's like, no, really, guys, I promise, my Tron deck is sweet. Give me a chance. Give me a chance, guys. My Tron deck is sweet. Mulligan to 4, Tron plus payoff card. Welcome to Modern. Enjoy your stay. Tron. Turn 3 Tron cast by Experimental Frenzy. Alright, so we do this during their upkeep. So this way we see the card they're drawing for the turn. But they also don't get to have an extra card in our hand to take away from us. Abrupt Decay. That one's rude. It's a good one to know about, though. Definitely can impact our play patterns. Oh, also, notably, does not kill the Mystic of Forges. Oh no, not Jund. Call of the God. Call of the God is not pleased with our archetype, chat. Kolagon is not particularly happy with what we're doing over here. He does in fact want to smash our toys. Run back the upkeep Bauble here. Oh, I guess I should wait because we're going to see the top card of their deck anyways. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should do this after the Dark Confidant trigger. Whatever. Whatever. Classic rookie mistake. You definitely do, Phil. Let's make that happen. Sorry about that. Thanks for keeping me around. Good morning. Yeah, the London Mulligan makes the bridge better. So does that make this the London Bridge? The bridge is in danger of falling down with their what's it called in hands. That makes sense. I might just Walking Ballista and shoot this Dark Confidant here. I think that's probably the line. So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. Yeah, Karn Lock's potentially great here. Hopefully they just like play Bloodbraid Elf. Spin to win. Spin to win. Spin to win. It's gonna be like a 2-drop plus Abrupt Decay, the Ensnaring Bridge. So they have Abrupt Decay, Raging Ravine, and then one card I don't know currently. I'm probably still just planning to Lattice next turn, right? Feels like it. That's a lot of free mana. It's free real estate, chat. This is also kind of free mana. Get a shuffle here on the top of the deck. Chalice of the Void. Am I interested in playing that for one, I guess? Instant regret. Just good deck building. That's true. I could have played it for 0 and then Coretappered it up if needed. That's very true. All right, so with another Karn on top of my deck here, I think the play is set up the Lattice Lock. MTGO's like, you can dance if you wanna. Pengu Power with the 4-month resub. Thanks for the support. Sure, you can kill the Ensnaring Bridge. So they can attack here. But I have a blocker. And none of these do anything. And I'm going to go get another Ensnaring Bridge next turn. Yeah, you just get another bridge next turn. Who's surprised our Tron deck appears to have a good Jund matchup? Anybody? Is anybody surprised that this matchup seems okay? No one. Really weird. Charge in my Chalice. So, for those not familiar with this interaction, Karn the Great Creator turns all my opponent's artifacts off, and Mycosynth Lattice turns everything into an artifact. So, my opponent's lands don't tap for mana because they're artifacts, and I have Karn the Great Creator in play. Is it crazy to cut Chalice of the Void here? I feel like it's not very good. I'm going to bring in Karn, Scion of Urza as another source of card advantage and bring in a couple of Welding Jars to protect against their artifact destruction. They need Force to beat Spirit Guides and Shadowstorm. Yeah, exactly. That'll do it. It'll get you. Sneak right on by. Close game. Wurmcoil in. I think I want Wurmcoil on the board to search up with Karn the Great Creator. I think. Does Lattice plus Shadowstorm kill all permanents? Yes. That is in fact how that works. Yeah, we're short 1 Tron piece, but 2 is good. Should this deck play a Buried Rune? Maybe? Maybe 4 Blast Zone is overkill? Well, my hand currently doesn't really do anything. Yep, that's definitely a sweet line. The Lattice makes Karn the Great Creator an artifact, so like, when they play Lattice, if you have a destroy target artifact in your hand, you can float mana and then kill the Karn in response. So everything's still an artifact, but you're not locked out anymore, and then they're down their Planeswalker. Yeah, Grudge especially is really slick for that reason. I don't have a 3rd land. That's good for us. Well, I think with the Bauble draw here, I'm actually going to play Mystic Forge. It gives me a little bit of card selection. Because the bridge isn't locking them off of attacking anytime soon here, really. Sure. Thanks. It's an interesting decision. Hey, look, there's a way to acquire Tron and shuffle my deck next turn. Sounds exciting. So we'll let the Bob trigger resolve. Wait, what? That's not a modern playable card. That's not a modern playable card. I think my Coretapper is more important than their Bob at this point, so we're going to keep him. Was that a good one? What do we think about that one? Would like your finest lattice, please. Jund. Jund. We're up to 2-1 now. If we do this, we get to 2-1. I mean, even if they have the bolt there, right? They like bolt the card. I have another card, and I have a Ensnaring Bridge in hand too. How are you doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody, wherever you're in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. Generally speaking, I'm here Monday through Friday, about 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Cornfield time. We usually do a couple of modern decks on Magic Online every morning. We also do some standard on Magic Arena most afternoons. If you can't catch me live during the work, be sure to check out my website, magicesports.net, as well as my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. Actually, absolutely everything I stream gets cut up and archived in both of those places, and it's very easy to find the content that you care about there. It is currently September, so if you're someone who's thought about supporting my content in the past, all new subscriptions between now and September 24th are half off, so it's an excellent time to do that. As always, a shout out to all my existing subscribers. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my sponsors here really quick. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. And they're not like a Grand Prix, so every single one of their tournaments are streamed at twitch.tv/NRG Series. So check them out there if you can't make it out to play in one of their tournaments. BCW Supplies are the only ones I trust to protect my paper TCG cards using my code, Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards or other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And, of course,
don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
Was that Rock Lobster? It is. Yeah, my cards in my pile of shuffling cards here include old favorites like Birds of Paradise and Court of Calling and Kiki Jiki. And then they also include such hits as Nantuko Monastery, Squirrel Token, Scissor Lizard. A lot of oldies but goodies in there. Rock Lobster. Do 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 do. I'm gonna YOLO this one on the draw, I think. If we hit a second land, it's great. If we miss on a second land and don't get discard spelled, we still get to like Surge Note up the Everflowing Chalice. So you can chord for Scissor Lizard to be Paper Tiger. I like the toolbox. Me too. Bogles! Bogles! Great boogly moogly. Hey chat, we're playing a deck that's not just Stone Cold Dead to Bogles. Almost feels weird in a way. Almost feels weird in a way. We have an Ensnaring Bridge right here. The question is, are we going to be able to get our hand empty quick enough for it to matter? Ooh, that's a really good one, yeah. This is a matchup where Chalice is strong. For sure. Even if they have Daybreak here, this keeps Ethereal Armor off the table, which is ideal. And like Daybreak Coronet is this is a 3-turn clock, right? So I should be able to get down Ensnaring Bridge before this thing matters. These are a few of my favorite things. Oh god, we have a Spellskite in our sideboard too. That's great. That's great. Don't cry for the Bogle, chat. It chose this way of life. Man. You know Modern's a weird place when you're playing Chalice of the Void and Ensnaring Bridge and somehow you're the good guy. What a strange place. Welcome to Thunderdome. Does the Spellskite prompt a concession? The Spellskite prompted a concession. Get it? Got it. Good. This is definitely a Welding Jar in matchup. What do I want to trim here? Chalice is great, so I don't think I want to cut that. Especially because, like, Nature's Claim might be their artifact destruction of choice. If I'm going to be chalicing on one aggressively, do I cut the Surge nodes? That doesn't seem unreasonable. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to cut the Ballista. I can see that. They're probably going to have Force of Vigor. Yikes, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. So this hand on turn 1 can get the Storm count up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I don't think Storm 5 is probably good enough, so I'm gonna play catch and release here. Perfect. Sign me up. What do I ditch here? It's probably just the Cornucopia, right? I don't need two. Yeah, I don't need two of that style of effect. Ooh, Mox Opal. You need 10 Storm for... That's not true, Bob. You need 9 Storm for the Tendril skill. Base copy does 2. Wow. Wow, that's rude. You just put my Ensnaring Bridge out of a job, chat. Oh, no. Why are you so full of hate, opponent? Why you have to be so mean? It's only game. It's only game. What did this game ever do to you? Opponent's been hurt in the past, yep. Alright, so we have 4 copies of Blast Zone in our deck. Let's go. Let's go. This PTQ is really close to 10 rounds with, the last one was 10 rounds, Bob. You should expect 10 rounds. Okay, you're gonna hit 10. Oh, no. What an incredibly interesting and engaging match of Magic the Gathering. Ballista kills Teague? Really, Bob? Really? Ballista kills Teague? You think so? You think Ballista kills Teague? It does. It would block. You're not wrong. I don't have anything I can really change during sideboarding. At least you're one of the few that knows you can cast Teague. You can cast Ballista while Teague's out. Knowing that is half the battle. Alright, I'm going to keep this hand because it can search up Blast Zone, which seems busted. Sure. Hey, what's going on, DMS? Yeah, I have to take Tuesday off this week, so I decided to pop on in for a little bit of Magic the Gathering today. Ten rounds, let's go. Good luck, Godspeed, Bobby. Good luck, Godspeed. Oh no, the Teague's been blessed by the Griffins, chat. I think I'm gonna wait a turn and get another counter on this. I can get 2 more counters on this by waiting a turn. Thanks for the 12 months, Wing Nazgul. We'll be back with some Modern in the afternoons tomorrow. Or Standard in the afternoons tomorrow. I appreciate you keeping me around at any rate. Yikes. Yikes. So... the Hyena Umbra is actually kind of a punt on their part, right? Because the Hyena Umbra means I can't kill Teague anyways. And if I can't kill Teague anyways, I might as well blow this up now, right? It leaves me in a bad spot because I've drawn mono 4-drops, but... I guess we can double block Teague now? Is that a world we're living in? I feel like double blocking Teague might be a... oh no! Oh no! Teague rides again, chat! The great Teaglesworth rides again! These are a few of my favorite Teagues. Got pretty punished for waiting a turn to blow our blast one up here since they drew an Umbra. Remember that time we registered a Tron deck that didn't play Oblivion Stone? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Alright, I need to draw Walking Ballista to live next turn anyways, right? So, just gonna go max mana here. Oh, Modern. Oh, Modern. All His Dust is not castable. Sir Teaglesworth advises against casting All His Dust. This is our bed. This is our bed. We chose to lie down in it. Man, if the Modern MCQ is really 10 rounds again, I can't believe Wizards doesn't run a Modern MCQ every weekend. Like, just like casual $12,000 in entry fees for a tournament that they pay out actual no physical product and prize except for the first place person who gets an invite to the PT. Like, that's some sick EV on their part. It's like cash in 12 grand, give out almost nothing. Because of Teague, is there argument to bringing in all the creatures from the sideboard? Yeah, maybe. $30, Marty. It costs you $30 to play the digital MCQ. And here's another wild thing to think about. They fill 400 player MCQs on Magic Online. Could you even imagine how much money they would make if they could run MCQs like that every weekend on Arena? Could not even fathom how many dollars they stand to make. The answer is a lot of dollars. And that's the reason why I expect we'll get a tournament client at some point, because there's a good business case reason for them to put money into a tournament client, because they stand to make piles more of it. I'd be pretty surprised if we see a tournament client pop up by the end of the month. Maybe we will. Maybe it's something they've been working on for a while, but I would be kind of surprised if it happened by the end of the month. I don't know. I guess I just play video games different from a lot of people, but I really don't understand what the big deal is about a friends list. Do people not use Discord? Teach their own, and if you would enjoy a friends list, like, more power to you. But I really don't understand what the huge, like, what kind of quality of life improvement you get from, like, having a friends list in the game. Bauble, thanks for the 21 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And, like, it doesn't even have to be Discord, right? Discord, Facebook, just, like, pick Service X that lets you... Service X that acts as a similar tool. ICQ, IRC. Anybody still on IRC? And just for reference, is anybody here still on IRC? I was just about to say that's a trick question because everybody in Twitch chat is on an IRC server right now. Everybody, Twitch chat is an IRC server. Multiplayer notepad. That's an interesting direction to take it. Multiplayer notepad is like Google Docs, right? Friends, how many wild cards is that? No, come back, friends. Does anybody, I was actually thinking about this the other day. It's funny in a sad sort of way that, like, we went from, I remember growing up, like, my parents and my parents' friends being like, you don't trust anybody on the internet. It's scary. You don't know who they are. You don't believe it. You shouldn't believe anything. And, like, those are now all the same people who share, like, awful article after awful article that's just, like, all nonsense, zero actual facts contained within. It's just like, what happened? What happened in the middle where, like, you didn't trust anybody and you were like correctly cautious, and now it's just like, nah, I believe everything that gets posted anywhere that validates my worldview. Yeah, they're the people that end up getting scammed a lot of the time, yeah. We got Force of Negated earlier. That could happen again here. If it doesn't happen, we're in a good spot. Yep. Now, unfortunately, I can't activate this Inventors Fair because it requires 3 artifacts. So I think I'm just going to discard this last land from my hand because I don't really want to chump block because I want to get a 3rd artifact. I don't even think it's just people getting older and their brains being worse, 177. I think there's just been like, there was just a massive culture shift that happened between like when the internet was first introduced and like what we see today. Yeah, the normalization of it is definitely a very apt way to put it. I have died to bird. Yep. Welcome to Modern. Enjoy your stay. Wait, Bob, do you have Lightning Greaves? I heard if you have Lightning Greaves, you can't lose to bird. Oh, no. Oh, so we're super dead, right? I believe we have died, chat. All right, you know what? I'm gonna concede this match. I'm pretty off this deck. If I concede this now, we have time to get cards for one more deck and play a 4th league this morning. Just to wrap on what's going on here, I don't understand why you would play this over regular Tron, or why you would play this over regular Tron, or why you would play this over the other, what's it called, like an actual War Prison deck. Like, I feel like it's doing similar things to both of those decks, but not doing the genuinely powerful things that either of them do. Like, it's taken like the kind of mediocre parts of them and tried to capitalize on it, and it's not a great scene. To get me to play Red-White Hammer, I think that's pretty close to the top. Yeah, I want to put some thought into the Snow Control deck, Marty. We can do Red-White Hammer. That's an aggressive deck, too, so. Nah, Marty, I got you. You give a lot here. It's 2nd from the top. I don't want to think about the Snow Control deck. Do we want to change anything in this from last time? I was going to go back and listen to Past Jeff before we played this. What did Past Jeff think about this? It's been a hot second. Yeah, losing the combo feels weird. Did we want to try Grid? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think Gear Period